Well, how do there, chums? 'Tis I, Captain Steve, and today, chums, I'm looking for a royal multi-tool. But not only that, I'm also going to be uncovering all the lore at all the Sentinel pillars. Now, down in the bottom corner, over that way, how can I point? Not that way, over that way and down there, excuse me, is a lore ticker. So if you join at any stage and you want to catch up with the lore that I've uncovered so far, because I've already been to about 5 of these during my actual gaming time anyway. So yeah, you would see there that it's got a title. This one says Hive 2 language. So this is the second pillar that's just coming up now. So you can actually read the lore and keep up to where we actually are during this stream. So hopefully you can read that lore ticker. I imagine on a little mobile device. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but if you've got yourself a nicer TV or a monitor, hopefully you can read that. I can read it fine on my laptop screen. I've tried it on my mobile. It doesn't look too bad on mobile. But anyway, we're just waiting for the actual stream to kick in. So let's have a quick look, see how it looks on my mobile phone quickly. So here we go. My mobile phone. Oh, there I am. I'm live. Brilliant. Hit that round like that. Turn sound down because you don't want an echo. Got a lovely advert for Displate. Let's just hit that. Okay. Yeah, I can read that on my mobile screen actually. That's not too bad at all. If I go to Meogi for a second, make me really big. There you go, I can read that alright on my mobile phone. So that's not too bad, is it? Lovely jubbly. So sweet. Awesome. So back to gaming time. And I think we're about ready to go then, people. So let's start this adventure. So before we start this adventure, I need to say a massive, great big thank you for the person who's provided me that lore. That person is above my head right now. There he is. Dragon Sire, over on Twitter. Thank you very much for sending me over this lore. Thanking you very much, sir. And at the end of the lore ticker, it does actually come up with your name as well. So I'm just going to pop that off the screen as well. There we go. But I might pop it back up during the stream as a thank you. But there we are, people. So yeah. Awesomes. And I need to thank General God, because General God gifted me a load of these Sentinel boundary maps, so I can just go straight to the different boundary maps. I can do a jump and go straight to one of these, which is great. And yeah, I've got another 40 of them stashed away somewhere in my cargo. There they are, right there. So I think we're good. So thank you, General God. And I've got another 40 down there as well. So I've got 80 in total. Righto. So let me just check my network settings, because I think network settings, I actually put this to anyone the other night. I'm going to put that back to in-fight only. And yeah, you know what, I might even turn off multiplayer just in case some ambient players on one of the planets, because I'm going to be doing this inside of the NMSA hub, because I'm hoping to find a red, silver and black multi-tool. Well, hello there, Jackpot Ninja in the house, people. Yeah, Jackpot Ninja is well worth a follow over on Twitter. Yeah, he's done all the translations of all the posters that we're going to be getting inside of the actual store soon. So yeah, anyway, let's take on off. In fact, towards the end of this stream, it depends how long I'm doing this stream for. Otherwise, I might do my Sunday stream and talk about what's coming in the new expedition, because there's a lot of stuff that's been data mined, a lot of different sort of badges and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, I'll talk about that tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. If you haven't hit that notification bell, people, you might want to, because that's going to be freaking epic. So here we go. Let's hit on up this. Plot a route. Boom. We've found ourselves a sentinel nest straight away. No need to go fight the sentinels. Where the fudge is it? Okay, right, it's over this way then. There it is. Brilliant. We're on our way there. First sentinel pillar. So yeah, like I say, we've got that ticker down there, right at the bottom of the screen, the message ticker. That's actually ticking over all the lore. All the lore that's inside of the game files is scrolling right now, and it's going to give a little header of where it is with the lore. So if you have missed any, because like I say, I've already done about 5 of these as I've been playing through, you can catch up. Steve, I found a white, black. Oh, a nice one. Very nice. Well, white and black would be okay, to be honest. That'd be quite cool. But yeah, I'm hoping to find one. I've got like 40 odd, well, 80 odd maps to go through inside of the NMSA. We might do all the lore in this episode, but we might not find the royal multi-tool I'm after. So there is that. Awesome. Hey, Cap. Hope you're well. Good day, room. Well, nice one. Hello there, Scott Matthews. Welcome into the chat. So I'm just going to hit up a save over here quickly before I interact with this thing. What a groovy looking planet this is. I'm loving all the foliage on here. Well, it's a toxic planet, but it does look rather tasty, doesn't it? Let's just run on over to the pad and shut down the sentinels before they even spot me. And then we won't have any grief, will we? Here we go. Let's interact with that. And I think I can just shut them straight down from here, which is pretty cool. Sentinel, shut down sentinel forces. Boom. They're dead. Kabam. They're dead. Lovely. Warning, boundary node exposed. And then if I go to extract weaponry, we'll do the weaponry first and we'll do the law second, people. Okay, here we go. Oh, well that's not very nice, is it? But look at that, it's got one of the stun mortars already in here. That's pretty darn tasty. I'm hoping we see one that might have the incinerator in, and if we do, I'd share the location so you can come grab an incinerator multi-tool, which would be excellent. But at the moment, I haven't seen the incinerator inside normal mode. Apparently, if you go inside of creative mode, you can install the incinerator. I haven't tried it, I just saw it in Zane's video. So, Zane's World, if you're wondering there, people. Access logs. So here we go, access logs. Let's see what we get. This is interesting with the access code saying Ariadne. I think that's going to play into a future update, but we'll see. There we go. Voices of the Hive. And this is the lore. So that ticker down there is showing the lore that we're seeing here. Korvax Prime is destroyed. Again and again, the Celestial Mother falls. The living vessels it spawned, adopted cousins to the Korvax themselves, drift among the stars. That's a little bit freaking crazy, isn't it? So as it got destroyed, you can imagine all these lifeless Korvax bodies just floating through space. Freaking mentals. The first convergence was not Korvax. It was their planet. Korvax Prime was alive. That's a little bit sinister. Righto. So if you don't know, the Korvax work on sort of almost like a hive mind, kind of like the Borg, but not as sinister as the Borg. You can separate from the actual, the collective, if you like, being a Korvax. You know, like we removed a shell from one during the base missions. There's all that sort of stuff going on. Right, okay, log off. So that's our first bit of lore. So I think that might be lore 6 or something like that. Let me bring up my lore file for 1 second. We'll find out whereabouts in the lore that is, just in case you want to keep up. Okay, lore. Bam, 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 lore, text, and... So that was Hive, wasn't it? Let's have a look for Prime. Let's look for Prime in the text file. Prime. Okay, got this streamed. Korvax Prime. No, not that one. Korvax Prime is destroyed again. That was actually Hive Language 6, so I don't know whether it's putting these in order. I really didn't think I was that far in. Yeah, that's Hive Language 9. Hive Language 9. Cool. Okay, so there we go. 9 bits of lore so far. So if you want to catch up, you've got to wait and see. You see Title 9 down there. So I've done a few of these then, people. All right, well, and I haven't come across a single royal of my own yet, which is a little bit crazy, isn't it? So all I'm going to do now is jump to another system, and we're going to do another one. So let's go. Awesome. And what I'm planning to do is land in the station each time I do a jump. That way I can add it to my teleporter list. I can rename the system. Well, you can rename the system anyway. In fact, I don't have to land in the station, do I? Unless I actually find a royal multi-tool, and then I do all of that. Yeah, that's a good shout. Awesome. So here we go. We carry on. I found a white, black and royal multi-tool. Very nice. Cool. Hope you got it. Yeah, sweet. I've not played this update yet. Bloody children. Who would have them? Well, yeah. I've recently started a new save. And new multi-tools will be great addition for the hunt for the new S-class multi-tool. Well, sadly, a lot of these royals that they give us aren't actually S-class. They're usually a C-class, and then you have to upgrade them. Now, I have got quite a lot of nanites, but I haven't quite got enough nanites to go completely mental, mainly because I'm saving these nanites to upgrade whatever ship I get on the 22nd. Really, what I should be doing with my time is getting a load of nanites so I can upgrade my multi-tool, upgrade my ship. I did a video on prepping why getting multi-tools. This looks like it might be out at sea. Anyhow, let's just land anyhow. Oh no, it's not. Cool. Yeah, however, I had 110,000, but to get the pet slots unlocked, they cost 20,000 nanites per pet slot. So I unlocked 3. Should have unlocked just 1 or something, shouldn't I? But I wanted to see if they went up in value. Righto. Now, I can hit up a save, but we'll do that if I find a decent multi-tool. Because sometimes you can actually land on a different planet, then come back here and it might spawn in a different one. So let's see what we can do here. I'll shut down the Sentinel forces, just in case they go ballistic as soon as I interrupt the lore. Alright, override, done. They're all done. Right, let's have a look at the weapon. Please be a royal multi-tool. Oh, wow! That's pretty darn cool. I like that. That's pretty darn sweet, isn't it? It's an A-class, white and black, and it's a pistol. Very tasty. I quite like that. That's quite nice. Well, you can have like 6 multi-tools now, can't you? I can only exchange, but I can exchange it for this one, because I really don't like this one. I don't like that at all. All right, we'll exchange for that. Thank you very much. Lovely. All right, sweet. Access logs. Let's access these logs. Coolio. Voice of the Hive. The firstborn of the Gek melted Korvax Prime for metal and profit. The planet did not protest. It did not cry. It didn't make a noise at all. At least not that they could hear. Ouch. The firstborn took and took until there was nothing left in the sky, until there was nothing left but an abyss. So they mention the abyss, they mention the void, they mention the realm of glass. I'm not too sure whether it's the same place or what, but it does kind of feel that it has similar connotations. Go on. Warning, boundary node exposed. There we go. That's the lore there. Done. Log off. Brilliant. Well, we got ourselves a lovely little pistol here, people. So if you do want that lovely little pistol, there is the location in the bottom left-hand corner right now. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, you can see that in full. The last one is a boatman boat face. And yes, I've made my ticker just the right size. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Hopefully, yeah, if you want that, come grab it. So yeah, let me just show you the multi-tool again. There it is. Oxide Atomizer 7.6. Freaking great. Lovely job. Right, so really what I want to do is highlight the multi-tools that I don't bloody want, isn't it? So these are my favourite 3. That one is my current royal multi-tool that changed to this, and apparently it's not going to change back according to Hello Games, so I might as well trade that one in next. Because look at it, it's freaking hideous. It's hideous. I've got an upgrade in there, but yeah, I've done nothing with it. Normally these are going to be C classes as you find if there's a royal. So we've got to spend a lot of nanites making the royal multi-tool any good. And I don't know what the upper stat limits are. I don't know whether it's comparable with an alien or an experimental. But anyway, let's press on. So this lore is pretty darn sweet. So yeah, the Gek took advantage of Korvax Prime, didn't they? Massively. They really did ravage it. And the Korvax, they enslaved them. You know, the actual Korvax only managed to get out of their enslavement of the Gek by actually sacrificing themselves into nanite pools, into the Gek. So they were melted themselves down into nanites, into Gek spawning pools. So the young Gek that actually got born had better morals, and they decided to stop killing off the Korvax. Freaking scary stuff. But yeah, I really love the lore of No Man's Sky. It's great. Real Ciderman, morning captain, and chat. Finally, some time this weekend to enjoy this update. Well, yeah, hopefully you can lurk and play and all sorts at the same time. But yeah, nice one. It's good to get some good gaming time, isn't it? So, Elden Ring comes out on the 25th. I believe the 25th. And yeah, I'm going to be bringing that to my channel. So I'm hoping to get a lot of the No Man's Sky sort of stuff done in time. But the trouble is, we're getting the expedition drop next week. So I'm probably going to be quite busy with the expedition. Oh, I didn't actually pop the map, did I? Whoops, let's take on off. I just went to the nicest looking planet. That was a bit silly of me, wasn't it? Alright, well, let's pop the map. Hopefully it's going to be on that planet, because that planet looked freaking lovely. Boom. Okay, where is it? It's over there. It might be on this planet, it might not be. I'm not sure. Let's see. Is it going to be the ringed planet? No, it's on the ringed planet Moon. Nice. Okay, well, we're going to an unknown moon, people. Hello there, Guffroom, and hello there, Yuki. Nice to see you nice, and all that sort of shenanigans. Well, hello. And we've got Wolfie in the house. Yes, Wolfie, the moderator of awesomeness, and he's already dropped a link to Ricey. Thank you very much there, Wolfie. Much appreciated. So hopefully you guys are reading the lore that's ticking along at the bottom and catching up for where we are now. Now, as I read out the lore, I'm going to give my own little mini synopsis on what the lore might mean, or, you know, pick up on some points of lore. But you know, I do like the lore, and hopefully we can just put this video into my lore playlist as well when it's done. But if we don't get through all the lore, or if I don't find the multi-tool I'm after, I may have to do a second stream of this, you know, where we do the rest of the lore and hopefully find my multi-tool. Because it would be so nice to find a decent red, silver, well, red, white and black one, or even red, silver and black would do. Or even red, gold and black would do, you know. As long as it's got some red on it, that'd be nice. I would settle for a white one though as well, you know. I'm not overly fussy. You could get a white one, that'd be cool. If there was a, yeah, red, white and black would be perfect. But I think it's going to be silver. I don't think I'm going to get white in the mix, unless I get a white one as the main body, you know. Whoa, land shark! Freaking heck. Okay, right, let's head on over here. Let's interact with this. So I was watching Damash play the other day, and he was standing on one of these, because he plays in VR, and he was just amazed just by that animation that's going on underfoot. VR brings in another experience. If you do get a chance to play No Man's Sky in VR, make sure you take it up. It's freaking great. Okay, right, here we go. So I'm going to shut down the Sentinel forces. Goodbye, Sentinel forces. You're shut down. Yes, you are. Awesome. And we'll interact again. Please be a royal. It is a royal. And it's orange. It's a rusty orange one. This one is called the Quantum Hunter Mark XIV. Oh, that's quite tasty. I do like orange as a colour, but it's not the multi-tool I'm after, but it's still better than the one I've got. So you know what? I'm going to take it anyway because it's an exchange. It's going to be free. So yeah, we'll exchange. Thank you very much. I'll give you guys the coordinates in a moment if you fancy that one yourselves. So access logs. Imposter. There we go. Ariadne again. And we've got ourselves some lore. Isn't this fun? I'm enjoying this. Sweet, we got our first royal. Heck yes we did. We witnessed Korvax Prime's death again and again. A constant wail across the universe. Its screams was a cry that no being could hear but us. But one day a drone fought back when a Viking cub attempted to carve into the mother planet. One day another obliterated an entire Get cabal. Well, they had it coming. The little Gets enslaving the Korvax. Yeah, this did not prevent this. No, I shouldn't imagine it did. I mean, it didn't freaking prevent Korvax Prime going asunder, did it? So, you know, it lets the universe be the universe by the sounds of things. Sweet, there we go. And that's pretty much that. Log off. And the Korvax worshipped the freaking Atlas as well. So if it's not going to save the Korvax, it's not going to accept a cabal of Gek, is it, really? Even if they are firstborn. Righto. Let's press, coordinates. You're going to want the coordinates. There's the coordinates in the bottom left-hand corner now. There you go. Awesome. Sweet. Hopefully you've got those coordinates and hopefully you're keeping up with all this lovely lore. It's freaking awesome, isn't it? Yuki, okay, thanks. Nice one, Yuki. Cool. Just recalling that video you did, how easy the Sentinels attacking the sentiments were as I fought off the third wave of organised armies on my survival save. Yeah, it was greatly needed though, wasn't it? I bet that was bloody fun in survival mode. I bet you was holding on to the seat of your freaking pants though at the same time and thinking, holy fudge, am I going to survive? That's how it needs to be though, I think, isn't it? You need those moments of challenge or else, you know, it just feels a bit too sandboxy in my opinion. I feel that this update has brought some well-needed moments of holy fudge, am I going to die? Because I've had them and I've got all my modules installed, so yeah, it has been bloody good ripping fun. I've had a really good fun in this update, and that's why if you haven't seen my review, I gave it quite a decent sort of rating. Because, in my opinion, it's got legs. It's got a lot more potential for them to add on to it. It'd be nice to see some multiplayer missions that utilise these Sentinel incursions. Because I did it the other day, you know, on the weekend mission. We was doing the Rescue Stranded Lifeform. Couldn't find the frickin' module for Toffee. I must have gone through probably about 30 or 40 of them in my stream. Watch it back. In about half an hour, I popped loads. We didn't actually do the mission, we gave up on it, we got bored. So we started killing Sentinels in multiplayer. And you kind of get 4 times times the amount. There was like, well, I think 3 times the amount. There was like 3 walkers and 3 of those Sentinel dreadnoughty things, and oh my days, it was freaking great fun. We had such a laugh doing that. Check it out, a good little stream that. So yeah, hitting it up on multiplayer is great. And I would like to see a few missions like that. That'd be freaking toasty, wouldn't it? Right, let's head on down to the Sentinel pillar. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, once you take that gun, we'll always spawn there, save and reload, then check out different options. Yes, Real Ciderman is right. So what I could have done on that multi-tool is I could have gone to all the different planets, making a save there, and seeing whether it spawned in a different colour. Because it's kind of how it works. But yeah, it would be, I think that'd be a little bit boring for you chappies out there in the viewerverse if I was doing that just to try and get the right colour of what I need. We'll see what happens. I mean, I can always go back there if we manage to do all the lore, because that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, is uncover the lore. The multi-tool is a little bit of a selfish hunt for myself, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to share all the ones that I find. If I do manage to get it to go red outside of this stream in my own time, then I'll do a video on how I found a red one, in case there's anybody else out there that wants a red one. Right, let's go and interact with this. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this video back and get all the coordinates and go and hopefully pick up another one. Well, see if I can get it to glitch in a red one, if you want to call it glitching. It's not really glitching. It's taking advantage of the spawn methods and seed methods within inside of the game. Right, let's shut down these Sentinel forces. Done. And we'll see what we get. Come on, lovely. Extract weapon technology. Be another royal. Oh, it's not. That's quite cool. It's got a blaze javelin installed. Yeah, so I'm also checking out to see if it might have the incinerator, but no such luck as yet. That was quite cool. That was quite nice as an A class anyway. Right, access the logs. There we go. Here we go. More lore. Over the span of endless slow centuries, we changed. In the face of tragedy's reputation, our definition of everything changed. Schisms formed in the hive, debates, creativity, songs, rituals. We heard the screams of she who was, and we fought back. She who was. I wonder if they're talking about Astera from the weekend missions, because she sort of went missing as well into this void, into this realm of glass, didn't she? And we keep hearing of this don't drink of the water as well. So there's also mentions of water quite a lot. I'm wondering whether we're going to get some sort of water physics update at some stage. And then maybe the entry point to the realm of glass might happen then. Who knows? Cool. Nice one. However, there was an interview recently with Sean Murray, and he said that there's a lot that they've got on the cards. They're not done with No Man's Sky by a long chalk, is what he said. So, yeah, interesting there. If you do want that lovely sort of rifle multi-tool that we just saw, there are the coordinates in the bottom left-hand corner now, people. So, yeah, if you did like that, if that's your thing, jump on over. Sweet. And you can see I'm flying straight to the planet. If you don't see the multi-tool there, you might want to save on this planet and reload or something, or fly to the station and reload and then fly back down here to get it to spawn in. Because yeah, like the people have pointed out, these multi-tools change depending on the planet you load in from. Righto, let's jump again, like we did last summer. Boom. The Red Guna. Are you playing on PlayStation 5? I am Red Guna, I am indeed, yes. Cool. Warfy, I have the glyphs for a new white and gold multi-tool. Very nice. The red gold on my Discord in the No Man's Sky hub. Seriously, you found a red and gold inside of... Oh, ricey. Freaking nice. Alright, well, I'd have to try and find it on your Discord. I suck at navigating Discord. I know it's probably a tall order, but if you could send me a picky or something on either on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you've got me, that'd be freaking excellent. I mean, I can try and dig through your Discord, but trust me, I suck at navigating Discord. Right, cool. Fair enough, Cat. I agree. Your way is far more fun for the stream. Thanking you, Red Ciderman. But yeah, off stream I might have a little butchers around. But if Rice has already found a red and gold one on his Discord inside of my hub, I might have to go and grab it. I might have to go and grab that and do a video on it, Ricey. So thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. Cool. Let's hit up another one of these. Chicka-pow. And yeah, let's have a look. We're going to head on over to here. Meow. Sentinel pillar. Chikapow. One sec. Well, thank you very much. Oh, we've got Darth in the house. Darth Arealis. That's a cool name, isn't it? I would like a Darth name. Yeah. What could I be? Darth something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm popping up a menu right here at the moment, anyhow, just because when I'm warping, my stream goes really weird, doesn't it? It goes all pixely. So yeah, just do that. Cool. Yeah, so I don't know how you get allocated a Darth name. I'd imagine there's some website or something to get your own Darth name, isn't it? It's probably some sort of weird thing that you have to put in, maybe your date of birth and stuff. I was looking over there was a monolith over there, quite a nice looking monolith. But I've got all the Atlas words, and I've gone to all the monoliths, and no need to go there, really. Boom! Hello there, Sentinel sort of dreadnought classy type thing. Right. They kind of just ignore you though, actually, don't they? Even though that I'm running around right by their sentinel structure where I can shut them down. You'd think they'd go bloody berserk, wouldn't you, as you're running towards this? But no, you just run over here, turn them all off. Okay. If friggin', you know, our Terminator Judgment Day was this easy, it would have been a very short movie. Right, boom. You're turned off. Oh, wait. Nice one. What's that? Sword. Can't play No Man's Sky on PS5 if mine keeps crashing. Early game that does, says Red Gooner. Well, that's bloody weird, isn't it? Have you tried a new game? Have you tried just firing up maybe a creative and see if it crashes then? Okay, we've got an A-class. Hasn't got anything decent plugged into it module-wise, but it's an A-class nonetheless. Quite nice colours. I'm fairly sure that could be somebody's colours. Somebody might like that, but I'm going to be declining. Cool. And let's access the logs. Here we go with the lore. Hello, hello, and hello again, says Dr. Pong. Well, welcome, Dr. Pong. She's an awesome content creator, is Dr. Pong. Check her out. So we get Voices of the Hive. One day, we cease to allow the original Talamon access to our logs. Now, that's interesting. So Talamon did have access to the logs until one day. Now, I'm not sure whether this is the same lore writer, because they keep saying one day is like once upon a time. And I think that's a bit cliche, you know. And the previous writer of the lore, Buchanan, he had a beautiful way of wordcraft. This doesn't seem to have the same beauty of wordcraft to this lore. I forgive you, yeah, if it is Greg Buchanan that's written this, I'm sorry, but, you know, your previous lore was better crafted, but this is okay. But you have used one day quite a freaking lot. One day, once upon a time. Anyhow, one day we cease to allow the original Talamon access to our logs. So if you don't know, Talamon is the little AI unit we've got sitting on our shoulders. I call it Exo, because Talamon, it sounds a little bit like Pokemon, doesn't it? But it's got a Greek reference. If you look up Talamon, it kind of makes sense. It's not quite spelt like that. It's a slightly different spelling, but Talamon in Greek, yeah, anyhow. Talamon is that little AI droid on our shoulders. Now, if you notice, when you see Travellers, or you see any of the people in the Nexus, including Polo and Nada, none of them have got the little AI droid on their shoulders, and none of them have got the link to Talamon, okay? It's only us. We are not Gek, we are not Viking, we are not Korvax, and we are not Travellers. We are what's called the anomaly. If you go to an appearance modifier, you'll see your base setting, whenever you spawn into the game, you spawn as an anomaly. You've got the shitey space helmet. You look like a human, basically, and they call us the anomaly. It's why when you first start encountering some of these aliens, they're a little bit taken back, as if to say, oh my days, yes, we're going to help you. It's you, you're your rival. You're almost a legend, a myth within inside of the verse. You are the anomaly. You are not a traveller. So yeah, just keep that in mind as well. All right, so cool. One day, once upon a time, and that's the bloody second sentence. It starts with one day. We stopped hearing the Atlas itself. Its silence taken as command. Right. Okay, so even the Sentinels were cut off from the Atlas. This is probably when the Atlas started bringing in the anomaly, you know? Who knows? We began to archive everything. Any settlement, anything that reminded our senses of Korvax Prime. Its screams, its dissolution, anything that sounded like mining, like extraction, like murder. Warning, cool. Awesome. Done, dilly and done. Let's What was the weapon here? It was that little blaster, wasn't it? It does look like something that... It looks like it's straight out of Star Wars, that. I do like it, but it's not one that I'm seeking. Cool, but I will give the coordinates just in case you do want that little multi-tool, because it is rather tasty. So there we go. Coordinates for the multi-tool in the bottom left corner. Let's just get it off that red ring so you can see those better. But there we go. The hills are alive with fire, fudging. Yeah, that's a different sort of hills are alive, isn't it? The hills are freaking burning. Yeah, lovely. Anyhow, there you go. There's your coordinates. Greetings, Ricey. Say, do you know Cowboy Bebop? I've been watching Cowboy Bebop on the old Netflix. And I do remember going into a comic shop when I was a kid and picking up a Cowboy Bebop comic. I started sort of browsing through the pages. And I did like the look of it, but I didn't buy it. I actually bought... instead, a comic book of Turok, the dinosaur hunter. It was a brand new game on N64 at the time of all consoles. Bloody heck. Yeah, Turok the dinosaur hunter. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, I did like the weapons in Turok. The weapons in Turok were freaking awesome. We need some of those sorts of modules for our freaking multi-tools, don't we? That'd be freaking excellent. Yeah, the weapons in Turok Dinosaur Hunter... from another world. It's freaking mind-blowing stuff. Great. A great manga. Yeah, I was a massive manga fan, Guthrie, back in the day. I used to like Fist of the North Star, Battle Angel, 3x3 Eyes. What else did I used to watch? Devilman, Appleseed, Oedo 808, Akira, obviously, Vampire Hunter D, but a Battle Angel. The Gundam series was my favourite. That was awesome. Oh, and I loved Guyver, Battlesuit Guyver. That was freaking great. The live actions, not so much. You can kind of see the rubberiness of some of the actual suits. But you know what? Guyver Dark Hero wasn't too bad as a live action. That one was alright. Recent sort of animes that I really, really like. What was it called? Fudge. Ajin on Netflix. Ajin. That's really cool. It's like spelled A-J-I-N. Really, really cool. And there's a live action. If you can get the live action is mind-blowingly crazy. It's like The Matrix. It's freaking great. It's great. Yeah, if you can find it, definitely hit that up. There you go. I'll pop up this so it doesn't go all pixely. Right, I love Turok too. Yes, great jazzy music. What in Bebop? Yeah, Cowboy Bebop has got some really jazzy tunes. It's pretty darn epic, isn't it? Righto. Well, it looks like I just bounced off the planet's atmosphere. Okay, I'm going the opposite direction. Let's head on down this way. Sweet. Captain Steve, in your Twitter. Well, thank you very much, Ricey. Well, I'll tell you what. If I finish all the lore, and I haven't found the multi-tool, I will bring that up on my stream with the coordinates, and we'll go and hunt it down, shall we, in this stream and grab it. So, if I don't find my own, I'll be using your red and gold one, which will be quite nice. Nice, awesome. I have got an exotic ship. I'll show you my exotic ship quickly. Let me just bring in my exotic ship. That's my exotic ship. Now, I love this exotic ship because of its name. Okay, let me show you the name of this ship. But this is white and gold. So even if I did find a white and gold one to match this ship, I wouldn't be too upset, to be fair, because, it's white, black. It's got white and black. It's got two of the colours of my logo on. So this, look at this name. The Arsehole Ooze 1. Like an ooze in arsehole. It's brilliant. Yeah, and that's its actual default name. The Arsehole Ooze 1. If you want that ship, it was actually put out by GT. Yeah, GT. I can't remember his second name, but GT used to do codes for No Man's Sky. He stopped doing No Man's Sky ages ago, but it was awesome. Anyhow, let's go ahead and over here then. Let's interact with the console. Now, I might as well shut the Sentinels down. I don't know whether they get angry when I'm reading the logs. That's what I'm worried about. And I don't want them shooting me while I'm reading logs, or else I'm going to read it too fast. Great stuff. Ghost in the Shell is my jam. I actually liked the live action. The live action of Ghost in the Shell surprised me. I didn't go in with any expectations. But yeah, I really like the live action, but I do like the anime more. The anime was better. Cool. All right, access logs. Okay. And if you like Ghost in the Shell and stuff like that, and you haven't watched Altered Carbon, watch Altered Carbon on freaking Netflix. It's got a very Ghost in the Shell vibe. Extract weapon technology. Let's do that. Oh my days. Well, that's a little bit... yeah, I'm not keen on these ones. I know a lot of people like them. And again, it hasn't got anything super awesome in there, has it? So it'll be declining you. Thank you. I will give you the coordinates just in case you do like that one for whatever reason. Access logs. Brilliant. Here we go. And away we go. We gave of our blood to the Korvax, nanite clusters to redeem and pacify their oppressors. Still, we could not change their fates. Hold on. This is sort of implying that the Sentinels gave their blood as well to the Korvax for nanite clusters. Yet, inside all the other lore, the Korvax say that they melted themselves down for nanite clusters. Now, whenever you destroy a Sentinel, you do get some nanites, but you also get pognium. So that could be canon, couldn't it? Maybe the Sentinels also melted themselves down to help pacify the Gek. That's weird that none of the other lore has mentioned this, that the Sentinels actually helped in the sacrifice and the actual liberation of the Korvax. Isn't that interesting? Interesting stuff, to think that the actual Sentinels did something other than be a git. Okay, cool. For the first time, the Hive wondered if we were correct in our actions, if a solution was if a solution was possible for the problem of life. Well, you see, the Korvax, technically, are they living? You know, they've got AI, but that's a conundrum, isn't it? That's going to be a conundrum for the future of the human race, really. If we start making androids that have got AI, when do they gain human rights as an AI individual? You know, interesting stuff. They've actually started writing policies on that. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, cool. If you look up the singularity and stuff, and yeah, you can look into it. It's a bit mental. They've already started drafting laws around what actually establishes human rights for an artificial entity, an AI. And yeah, let's log off. Well, they have here in the UK anyway. Yeah, cool, brilliant, nice one. Righto. Let's press on. Yeah, you always get an element of weirdness on the Captain Steve stream. Right, let's take on off and let's go to the next system. Oh, I was going to give you the coordinates just in case you like that multi-tool. There they are in the bottom left corner. I very much doubt people are going to want that one, but they might. They might want it. My door just made a weird noise. That was strange. Hello? There's no one there. That's a bit strange. Right, it sounded like someone knocked on it, didn't it? Right, anyhow, I'm starting to creep myself out now, people. Righto, let's go on to the next system. Then again, I used to be a ghost hunter. I've had much worse happen. Yep, you pesky poltergeists. Let's head on over this way. Boom. Let's go there. That sort of stuff intrigues me more than anything. Cool, the new multi-tools are nice looking, but I have a dream of the sky with the incinerator. Dream of the sky with the incinerator. Nice. I have one with an incinerator in, which is pretty darn tasty. Yeah, some lucky people managed to get the incinerator when it was there for a short period of time. Apparently you can reinstall it now in creative mode in this latest update. Dr. Pong says, speaking of Netflix, I cannot stress enough how awesome is Mitchell's versus Machines. I haven't come across that one, I don't think. Mitchell's versus Machines. Interesting. Right, okay, I'd have to look that up. But you're over in the US, so I may need some sort of VPN to do that, and I don't got a VPN. So, yeah. Right, here we go. We'll go over to here. Exosuit. There they are. 20 maps. Boom. So, yeah, massive, great big thank you again to General God for giving me these maps. So thank you very much, General God. And also to the person that gave me all this lore, which I'll put that on the screen above my actual camera up there. Why has it not appeared there? Oh, it's probably because I'm warping, isn't it? I don't know, actually. It's not appeared. Yeah, but it was Dragon Sire that gave me the actual maps. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I'm not seeing the actual image. There you go. Now it is. There you go. There it is. Dragon Sire. Thank you very much, Dragon Sire, for giving me all of this lore. Thanking you, sir. Or madam. Right, cool. Now let's head on down to the planet. So yeah, we will be trading this multi-tool at the moment if I do find a red and black or red and gold number. Nice one. You're Wharfy? Well, hello Adam Mack. Welcome to the actual stream. Nice one. Hello, hello. And hello, yeah, Dr. Pong. Okay. Should need a VPN. It's a Netflix produced animated movie. Oh, okay. Alright, nice. I'll have to check that out. Mitchell versus Machines. Pretty cool. Oh, we'll touch down here. Boom. Landing. Can we get a close close-up of the jellyfish tank. Yes, you can. You won't be able to hear me talking for a moment, but here we go. Let me move this over here. Oh, I can't get the camera that close, but I can get it relatively close. And let me just go over to here. So there we go, that was the jellyfish inside of the jar. Yeah, pretty cool, aren't they? Pretty nice, them. I quite like them. I might have to do a little review of that. I mean, there's a lot of these jellyfishes in a jar over on freaking Amazon and stuff. If you want that exact one, it's a Puyo one. You know, I'll do a review video. I'll do a little mini review video, and I'll put the links inside of the video, because you don't want to go and buy a really cruddy one, because this one's beautiful. It's really cool. Yeah. Anyhow, let's jump on out. It's the super large one, so it's like 30 centimeters. It's a big one. Well, you can see it's big. It's pretty darn sweet. So let's head on over here. Boom. Listen to Raptor Pow. In fact, I've got my mobile phone here. Let me just grab you the link. I'll grab you the link for it. 1 second. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Because it'll still be in my current new purchases, won't it? So here we go. Your orders. Let me find you that jellyfish tank. Do it exposed. It's not bloody loading. It's just doing that. So I can't get you the link. I'll do a freaking vlog video at some stage on it. Okay. Right. So here we go. Extract weapon technologies. Let's do that. Lovely. And we've got this Surge of Silence. Yeah, that's quite nice. Again, no interesting modules. Got a couple of extra slots though on that one. Not the nicest of colours, is it? But there we go, there's that one. Darn it. See, I'm not very lucky at finding these royals. You know, I would have had to have killed how many sentinels to do this if it wasn't for General God? So thank you, General God. Access logs. Here we go. Let's see if they do attack me, these sentinels, because I could be doing a bit of time wasting there, couldn't I? Shutting them down each time. A Korvax and Geg fled their people. Hands held in the void. They inhabited the anomaly. A meeting place in the stars, a nexus, a place of hope. Okay, so this is the Sentinels now talking about, obviously, Nada and Polo, okay? And hands held in the void, they inhabited an anomaly. So it almost suggests that maybe this anomaly can jump in and out of the void. You know, we can summon it in from nowhere, but that's kind of how the Sentinels appear out of nowhere. And they're said to come from the realm of glass, the Sentinels, into our verse. It makes you wonder whether the Nexus has got that ability to also cross the thresholds into the void, yet Polo and Nada haven't made that obvious to us as yet. You know? I do wonder whether the Nexus is going to be the thing that can jump us into a parallel dimension or into the realm of glass. I honestly think they're being a little bit more tight-lipped, these two. So, yeah, there's so many different ways this story arc could go. Okay, a meeting place in the stars, a nexus, a place of hope. It's strange to hear the Sentinels talking about Nada and Polo and the anomaly as a place of hope. When you speak to Nada and Polo, they always say that the Sentinels are trying to hunt them down, and it's a refuge, it's a place of solitude, away from harm and away from the actual Sentinels. We left it alone. We did not interfere. We just watched them and wondered. So they've got the choice to attack the anomaly, yet they don't. You know, they know of it, but they've left it alone by choice. Interesting stuff. Well, that's just a lot of this lore has thrown all the other lore that I've came to understand as canon and the way of the verse, has made me now doubt other things within inside of the actual narrative. I like it. It's like a little mini conspiracy. There's always two sides of a tale. To hear the Sentinel side of things, boom, this is great. I'm loving it. I'm freaking loving it. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, we're going to log off and we'll see if the Sentinels attack us. All right, well, if you do want that multi-tool that was there's the coordinates down in the bottom left-hand corner. That's really hard to read, though, isn't it, against that snow? All right, let's put it against that. Does that help? I think that helps. There you go. There's the coordinates if you do want them. Righto, let's head on off to the next one. I'm really enjoying this lore. You know, if I get a multi-tool, that's just a bonus. The actual real treat for me right now is the lore. I love the lore. A lot of people, I think, just hammer through the lore in No Man's Sky and don't really read it. I really wish that down at our settlements they would give us a mini archive where we can just go through all the lore that we've actually learned. It's like right now I'm already a little way into the lore because I've visited a fair few of these just while I've been playing the new update. But it would have been nice to have done the lore back to back all the way through. But you know what? The first snippets of lore were very introductory into the lore. All this is where it's getting juicy. This is where it's getting good. So we haven't really missed too much. There was a couple of little snippets in the early lore that I was like, ooh, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, this is where it really gets good. So, you know. Anyway, you've got the ticker down there. The ticker down there is coming through with all of the lore. So if you haven't caught up or whatever, just read that little ticker and hopefully you're going to get a gist of where we are with inside the lore. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I tried to think of everything for this one, you know. Yeah. Cool, here we go. Let's go on over here. Let's hit on up another map. Sentinel nest revealed. Okay, where are we going? So you're getting all my live first-hand... I mean, I didn't read the text file. I just sort of made it into a decent-looking sort of state. Because it had all other jargon in there, like next line and stuff like this, and line breaks and stuff. I just sort of tidied it all up for that little ticker down there. But I didn't actually read it. I didn't want to ruin it for myself. So you're getting my first-hand thoughts and impressions on all this lore as we uncover it. So these are my initial thoughts. It might be in a week or two that I've sort of digested a little bit more, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it means this, maybe it means that. And if that happens, then, you know, I usually talk about this sort of stuff anyhow. Okay. Right, I better bring up the menu there. It looks like we was about to get invaded by pirates. I love that, how they scan you and say, oh look, he's got a load of platinum. And then they ask you for units. Yeah, that needs to be fixed, Hello Games. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded giving them some platinum, you know what I mean? But giving them a shed load of units, I might want to keep those units. But then again, I'm unit rich, so usually I just shoot the gits anyway, either way. But, you know, you could then add smuggling bays, say, into, say, the haulers. And anything you don't want pirates to see, you can put in your smuggling bays, like in the Millennium Falcon. They need to give ships different perks and different reasons to have those ships, because no one really wants a hauler, because its turning circle is like a slug stuck in sludge, isn't it? And I don't know anybody that flies around in a hauler because there's just no point. You can get just as many storage slots on another freaking ship. So maybe add in some smuggling bays like I mentioned. That'd be good. And maybe shuttles. Maybe you can pick up some new missions like taxiing people from A to B and they give you shed loads of monies. Or even maybe some sort of new module that you're not going to get. I don't know. Right, here we go. I think I just got shot then, didn't I? Something's happening. I don't know what's going on. I am getting shot. I'm going to shut down the Sentinel forces on this one. Here we go. Let's shut them down so they stop doing that. Nice. What just happened? Oh, we got a new subscriber. Yes, and that was my lovely little animation I made on screen, people. I made that in Flash. Isn't it good? Isn't it lovely? I didn't see who it was, though, so let me just have a quick look who that was. So if I just pop onto podcast for a second, it should pop up down at the bottom there. Shadow Knight. Well, thank you very much, Shadow Knight, for becoming a subscriber. Very much appreciated. So here we go. Let's access the logs. Oh no, we'll do the weapon first. Let's have a look. Is it going to be a royal? Be a royal. Ooh. Ooh, that's a horny little multi-tool, isn't it? Quite literally. Oh, it looks like a little one-eyed cow. It looks like a little cyclops. Oh, I really like that. Wrong colours, but isn't that cute? That's a horny little beast, isn't it? I like that. Kiss of the Embel. Nice. Very cool. I like that one a lot. That's nice, but it's not my colours. It's not my style. But I will be giving you the coordinates for that horny little guy. Okay, here we go. Access logs. Let's read the lore. Here we go. Come on then. What do we got? A traveller forged in the creator's image found my dormant shell in the glass. Okay. Interesting, it's a traveller. It's a traveller forged in the creator's image. Okay, so a traveller forged in the creator's image. The creator, the Atlas in their last sort of moments, when the creator was leaving the Atlas, this is from the Remembrance lore, left the Atlas with a one last request. The Atlas asked for an AI sort of version of the creator, like their consciousness downloaded into the Atlas. So then the Atlas took a copy of the creator and then made that into Talamon, and that's what's on our shoulders, that's helping guide us through the universe. And sometimes we hear whispers that we shouldn't hear. The Atlas actually suppressed everything that this Talamon can say to us. unless you go to the boundary failures. When you go to the boundary failures and you get the boundary failure lore, you actually get the words from Talamon to us. So there's a lot of lore in this. But a traveller forged in the creator's image is technically an anomaly. That's a traveller with one of those units on their shoulders. So yeah, that's an anomaly that they're talking about there. Found my dormant shell in the glass. Now, you're probably thinking of Apollo and Null at this stage. I know I am. Now, they haven't got Talamon on their shoulder, but I believe in some of the lore, when you're actually hitting up all the sort of hollow projector things, you know, those things that we don't really need because they can contact us in our ship anyway, the hollow terminuses, I think there is an area of lore, or it might have been in the weekend lore from previous year, where Null mentions that they actually severed their Talamon because it wasn't making any sense. It was driving them insane. So they actually removed Talamon from their shoulder. So it could be Null. It could be Null or Apollo that they're talking about here. But then they also mentioned she earlier as well. It could be Astera. It could be Astera. Or even Artemis. Don't know. I, who never had been... Hold on. I, who had never been an eye before, had been cut open. A grand experiment to harness and steal our power. So this is talking about the shell, I guess. Okay, right. Trying to actually override and maybe take something from the hive. Fine. After my death, I fell into a world below all worlds. I was too archived. Now, before we actually get birthed into the world and become an anomaly in this verse, there is references to being in the crimson eye or the red water. Now, the crimson is often referred to as the Atlas, so perhaps it's just the Atlas birthing us into the simulation. Maybe that's where everything goes. Maybe that's also where Sentinel's consciousness and AI goes. I mean, the Atlas creates the whole simulation, so why not? So there we go. Maybe the archive is the red crimson. I'm guessing, but that's my take on it at this stage. You know, there we go. Okay, and that's the end of the lore. That one was a bit weird, wasn't it? That one was a bit weird. Okay, cool. And that's the lovely little horny multi-tool that's in this location. If you want that horny little multi-tool, there you go. There's the actual code in the bottom left-hand corner right now, people. Freaking excellent. Lovely. Oh, that's nice. We got that. Yeah, it is. It's quite cool, isn't it, that? Yes. Yeah, 07 Shadow Knight. Thank you there, people in the chat. Ahoy, Captain. I'm waiting for the expedition to play the Sentinel update. Well, Commander Orbi-1, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. However, there is quite a lot of the update actually in-game, like these new Sentinel towers that you could be investigating. You could be getting yourself a nice sort of multi-tool and other bits and bobs if you really wanted to. Oh, look, there's some lovely butterflies on this planet as well, people. If you want one of them as a pet, that's pretty darn nice, isn't it? Very lovely. I bet Jason Plays would like one of them. He loves the colour purple. They're very purple. Very nice. Very nice little butterfly there. Righto. Anyhow, let's head on off. And yeah. So in the expedition, it's called Exobiology, and apparently it's going to bring us a lot of awesome rare pets to be had as well, people. So could be a good expedition, especially if you like companions and you like pets. And it does mention sort of really super rare pets. I'm hoping that we get the opportunity to get the E3 Diplo. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Because the Diplos that we've got now, as nice as they are, they're very robotic. The animation is just like bzz, bzz, bzz. The ones in the E3 demo, all their heads turn and yeah, their tails are all swirly whirly. Yeah, and they actually wade into water. I don't see any Diplos in our verse right now wading into water. That E3 freaking trailer Diplo, it really was a tease. And it definitely isn't in iteration. And the cheeky thing is, Hello Games still have it on their press pack and all of their sort of advertising. And when you think of No Man's Sky, it's that trailer that people think of, and that wondrous world with the Diplos at the watering hole. And Hello Games saying, oh yeah, that it's just a random planet, it's a random place. But if you watch GDC 2015, and the art discussion that Grant Duncan delivers, halfway through it, he actually brings up some of his concept artwork, stuff that he's drawn, and it's a drawing or painting that he's done of Diplos down by a watering hole, and he says, well, this was the concept art that we based the E3 demo around. So he admits right there they crafted the bloody thing. So was it procedurally generated? Not really. No, they actually procedurally crafted it, you know, and those assets are just not in game, and it's a real freaking shame, because that was the magic of this game. It promised world upon world full of creatures that were that organic, that believable, that alive. Yet what we got is very robotic, sort of stapled together Frankenstein monsters that don't really look as beautiful or majestic as what was delivered inside of that E3 trailer. Even to this date, I don't believe that they've delivered a single creature that is as awesome as that rhino smashing the trees, or the Diplos that we saw in those watering holes. Yes, we've got some bloody beautiful beetles. They're really nicely animated. The beetles are awesome. But, you know, there's not that much variance to those beetles, and let's face it, that's very earthbound, isn't it? And giant, well, beetles, not that size, but you know what I mean. It would be awesome to have some prehistoric looking creatures like those. I mean, I do love the way that these birds are animated. Look at them. You know, they're nice, they're really cool. They're probably better than the actual aerial fauna that we saw inside the E3 demo. So some of the creatures that we see now are freaking awesome and better than those in the E3 demo, but nothing as yet is on par with those Diplos or those rhinos smashing down the actual vegetation, in my opinion. And I'm hoping that them, I mean, one of the posters is of that rhino that we saw smashing those trees down. I'm hoping we get to see scripted elements where that actually happens, where we see some actual of the actual terrain being manipulated by the creatures and things. I mean, they added in those worm babies in the previous one, Emergence, didn't they? And they actually pop out the ground, and they're pretty darn terrific. Hopefully, I mean, they look like they're scripted elements. So I'm hoping that they've been using some of this code to bring to life some of the things that they promised in E3 that's actually going to appear in game. But then I'd be a little bit gutted is if after this expedition, just like those worm babies, they disappear from the verse again, and the only time you see them is if they pop out and pop them into another expedition. That'd be a real shame. Anyway, let's extract some weapon technology. Is it going to be a royal multi-tool? Let's have a look-see. No. Darn. But we have got this. Yes. Nice little A-class there. Yeah, mining beam attachment. But no, I don't like that one. I like the little ears. It's got a very sort of foxy look about it. Foxy. We had a horny one, now we've got a foxy looking one. Okay, we're going to be declining that though. You see, I'm not very lucky in this game. I don't find many royal multi-tools, as you can see. I'm having a little bit of a lackluster time with the multi-tools. But I'm not here for that, really. That's a bonus. We're going to go for accessing the logs and seeing if we can get some lovely tasty lore that I can speculate on. Brilliant, here we go. Before the traveller found me, I heard a voice in the darkness. She gave me the name Laylaps, an old name. Okay, well, I don't think Polo or Null are male or female. They seem to be androgynous, those two. It's hard to say whether they're male or female. I mean, they could be, but I get very male vibes from the two of them. I could be wrong. I get female vibes from Artemis, and there was also Astera inside of the Weekend Mission lore. If you haven't seen the Weekend Mission lore, I've done a video on the Weekend Mission lore. It's in my lore playlist as well. But just type in Weekend Mission lore, Captain Steve, and you'll get to see all the Weekend Mission lore. Basically, you know the Weekend Missions that we have now? We had far better Weekend Missions going back a year or so ago, where we got to meet a lot more travellers and we got loads of awesome lore. She gave me the name Laylaps, an old name. So Laylaps again comes from Greek mythology. Laylaps, it's spelt slightly differently yet again, but it was a dog that one of the Greek gods or demigods had that would go on a hunt and it would never fail to find its prey. It was the best hunting dog ever. So there we go, Laylaps, nice one. She said it would be known to the traveller. She told me I had suffered much and would suffer more. See, now this is interesting. Artemis in Greek mythology is known as the Huntress, and I don't know whether she had a dog called Laylaps. I can't remember which one in Greek mythology had the dog Laylaps, but I might have to go and look into that. She told me I suffered and I suffered more. Okay, fine. Well, Astera said that to us in the Weekend Mission lore. She said, you know, you will be the traitor, or something like that, and or you will betray somebody and you will become the betrayed. Something like that. She sort of like talks very Yoda-ish. That sounds like Astera to me, but could be wrong. Little drone. And then again, you know, this drone actually rescued them, apparently, in the lore, from the realm of glass. We know Artemis didn't get saved because we had to put her in the Mind Arc and put her inside of the Nexus. So you know what? I think this is Astera. I think this is Astera. Little drone, whose end was like my own. Thus did the Abyss whisper. Right. So, yeah. I was thinking, inside of the abandoned mission, the abandoned building lore, the actual Laylapse rescues the Traveller from the realm of glass. But we know from the Wiki mission lore that Astera is kind of still trapped in between the realms. So who knows? I don't know. Odd one. Anyhow, what was the weapon here? It was the Foxy one, wasn't it? Yeah. If you do want that Foxy multi-tool that we just saw, let me bring up the camera location. There we go. There's the portal code in the bottom left corner. There we go. Lovely. So that's for the Foxy multi-tool and some lovely birdie creatures, which I still don't think you can tame as yet, can you? No, you can't feed these and tame them. But, you know, Meogi has managed to get those into game, and we do give them away every Saturday, and that should be happening today at around 6 PM GMT time. Oh, we've got Jilly Dad in the house. Well, hello there, Jilly Dad. Welcome, welcome. Not me, Dr. Pong. Hi, Jilly Dad. Sweet. Coolio. We got Nick NC Key Gaming in the house as well. Hello there. Nice one. Ahoy, Captain and Chat. Well, hello there, Jilly Dad. Nice to see you. Sentinel Walker. Maybe the 16. The Abyss talked to the drone. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about that one. I don't think the Abyss did, but yeah, who knows? I mean, in Greek mythology, the Abyss, there's all sorts of stuff with the Abyss in Greek mythology. I could really go into it, but yeah, there's all sorts. There's the Three Sisters. There's this massive, great big thing called Typhon that rules the Abyss. There's the River of Styx that leads over there, which Tethys kind of is the demigod of, and Tethys is standing in the Nexus right now. Yeah, it looks after all the rivers that run to the other realms. Tethys in Greek mythology, a very interesting character indeed. Kronos, the Kronos that we've got inside of the freaking Nexus, is a bit savage. There's Kronos, which is the god of time, but Kronos, very different. Bit of a glutton, just like our one. However, he actually ate his own son's manhood. Yeah. Whole twig and berries. Had that for lunch. Yeah, bit of a weird character. Greek mythology can be very odd at times, and I think the characters that we've got are namesake only. I don't think it's any more than that, you know. And the Atlas in Greek mythology held up the world, didn't it, you know? So there's all sorts of weirdness in Greek mythology. I do love Greek mythology. But it's very difficult to apply those narratives and stories to the characters that we've got inside of our Nexus. It's very loosely bound, isn't it? It is very loosely bound. I was wondering whether, you know, the whole Waking Titan stuff that went on, and there was 16 dreamers. I'm wondering whether the people that we've got in the Nexus are the remnants of those dreamers still plugged into the Nexus, because some of the dreamers died, and I think there's only 13 remaining, and I think there's about 13 NPCs inside of the Nexus that we still have. I'm still wondering whether that's a connection to Waking Titan and the amount of Nexus individuals that we have NPC wise. That would be very clever if they did introduce that into the actual story arc and into the lore, because that breaks the fourth wall, which would be pretty damn nice, which means that all those guys that are there technically are severed from the Atlas as well, which explains why they haven't got Talamon mounted to their shoulders, and then it explains how we came into play. And then also the fourth wall is them in the real world reaching out to us to go and get the game to come in to be the anomalies. So it really does sort of break that whole fourth wall in the simulation. If Hello Games do actually announce at some stage that those dreamers are the people inside of the Nexus, or the NPCs that we have in the Nexus, that'd be freaking... That would be chills, you know, to think that I was right with that sort of like element of speculation. But yeah, pretty cool. Without the Greek mythology, game would not be what they are. There's a lot of games that use that, and movies, heck yes. And I love all those old school movies. Jason and the Argonauts, Sinbad, all that sort of stuff, with the use of the Gorgons, you know, the Medusa and stuff. Really like all that sort of stuff. Right, anyway, let's extract the weapon. Are we going to get a royal? No, we've got a B class. I am shite at finding multi-tools, it has to be said. I suck at this. Right, okay. It is random chance, and my random chances are randomly shite. I mean, yeah. A lot of people say, oh, I found one on my first try. Yeah, well, good for you. Yeah, here we go. Access logs. As you can see, my luck isn't as good. And look, you see it mentions Ariadne inside of the actual code down here. So during the weekend mission lore, Ariadne went missing into the realm of glass on board a dark freighter. So that could be something they introduce. You know, it'd be nice to raid a dark freighter inside of the void and go and rescue Ariadne. But it makes me wonder whether right now Ariadne is inside of the realm of glass, helping us hack these terminals, you know, to try and rescue her. I would like to see maybe a mention of Ariadne towards the end of this arc, which would be nice, because that would be kind of a hint, come and rescue me. But we'll see where we get. Cool. I think there's 23 snippets of lore inside of here. The Abyss told me of the chance for salvation, even in the depths of horror and of love. It told me of a way we might survive the end of all things. Okay, this is interesting. So inside... Okay, let me read that again. The Abyss told me of a chance for salvation. So you know what I was on about the Abyss not talking earlier? This is actually saying the Abyss told them of the chance of salvation. The only time that I've heard of the Abyss talking is through the actual water. So the drinking of water and whispers. Whispers through the exosuit, whispers through Talamon, and whispers from this water that is found in the Abyss. So, but here it's actually saying the Abyss told me of a chance for salvation, even in the depths of horror and of love. So it's like yin and yang, this Abyss. It's like got a mixture of the two, hasn't it? It told me of the ways we might survive the end of all things. It refers to it as an it as well. The end of all things. Not an entity, not a being, but an it. Interesting. It told me I had to talk to you. To both of you. The Traveller and their voice within. So I'm the Traveller, the anomaly, then the voice within is Talamon, the voice on the shoulder. And yes, it does sometimes whisper, it does manage to break its protocol, especially during the boundary failure lore. And in the weekend mission lore it whispers as well. It whispers of dread whenever you go anywhere near to the red water. Okay, so here we go. Awesome. Warning, boundary node exposed. Nice. And what was the weapon here? It was that bad, I've forgotten what it was. It looks like a freaking stapler gun, doesn't it? Like one of those nail guns you get from freaking some sort of stationery shop. Righto, I don't know whether anybody would want that, but just because I'm getting into the habit of doing so. If you want that multi-tool, there's the coordinates in the bottom left-hand corner. They're not going to stay on the screen long, so yes, you may want to do a screenshot. Kapow! Right, we're off. We're off to Button Moon to follow Mr. Spoon. Button Moon, Button Moon. Sweet, let's go. Chickapow, we're taking off. I want the Dionysus added into the game. Dionysus. I'm not... What? Okay. I'm not too sure who that was. Is that Greek mythology? I'm not too sure what that is. You're going to have to elaborate a bit more there, Dr. Pong. Hi, Radion. Okay, Radion Ointment in the house. Well, hello there, Radion. Kronos eats food in the game, but in mythology he eats quite different things. Yes, indeed he does. Oh, we've got Scottish Rod here as well. Well, hello there, Scottish Rod. Welcome, Scottish Rod. And we've also got Phil Gore in the house. Well, hello there. Randomly shite. Yes, my luck is randomly shite. It really is. And we've also got Professor Cynical in the house. Hello there, Professor Cynical. Master Glitcher. Bug Finder in No Man's Sky. Professor Cynical has got an awesome channel, people, where he just pretty much finds exploits into the game. And he's even found exploits for this current iteration inside of the Sentinel sort of update, where you can get all your sort of updates without outspending out all your nanites, unlock your pet slots or whatever without using your nanites and all that sort of wonderful jazzy stuff. Check him out if you're into cutting a few corners and saving yourself a lot of heartache and I say heartache, some people really enjoy the grind of getting the nanites. And with this new update with killing sentinels, it can be quite fun getting your nanites. But if you've had enough of doing that, or you haven't got the time, Professor Cynical and Cynical's channel is great at cutting those corners. Perfect for casual gamers that haven't got the time to do the grind repeatedly over and over again. So yeah, I've used quite a lot of his glitches in the past, especially when it comes to building out bases, or if I just want to swap my ships and I don't want to spend a shed ton of my nanites doing so. He's got some great tips over there on how you can do that if you don't mind being a bit sneaky. Yeah. But you know what? There's that many bugs in the game that make you lose progress or lose nanites or lose time, that I think if they've got these exploits in there where you can gain all that back, it's fair game. It's fair game. But, you know, I'm not going to dictate how people should or shouldn't play this game. As long as you're enjoying it and you're having fun, play it the way that you want to play it and the way that you want to do it. So, yeah, if you want to use some little shortcuts, and I'm guilty of doing that myself. In fact, I've shared some of Professor Cynical's videos on doing exactly that, because it's like, how much salvage data do you need for all those base parts? If you want to be a base builder and you want all those base parts, there's some great ways to get them. Check out Professor Cynical's channel. Right, anyhow, here we go. Extract weapon technologize. And we've got... Oh, it's another little horny git, isn't it? Isn't that nice? A slightly different colour, but that's another little horny beast. I like the horny beast. It's very nice. And again, it looks like a little horny sentinel. It looks like a little cyclops, doesn't it? I love that. It looks very Dragon's Dogma. I like it a lot. But yes, it's not the colours that I would like, red, white and black. But it's still a nice, tasty little multi-tool. I'll give you the coordinates for that in a moment. Right, okay. Anyhow, let's access the logs. Let's give you some lore. Here we go. Nice one. Bum, bum, bum. There is a place for you, Talamon. The travellers you wear, their prognator, who birthed them, they who made the Atlas itself. Okay. Alright. A bit to digest here in this 2 sentences. There is a place for you, Talamon. So that's the AI on our shoulder. The travellers you wear. So it's saying that Talamon wears us, not the other way round. We're not wearing Talamon, he's wearing us. So for them, the Sentinels, they see Talamon as the most useful part in this relationship, I think. The traveller you wear. We're like clothing. Yeah, lovely. Their prognator, who birthed them. So the Atlas asked for a simulation of their creator, a human body, if you like, out in the verse that actually made the Atlas, and the Atlas made the simulation. They had a copy of their creator that's now Talamon. So it's a little bit back to front, that statement, but at the same time it makes perfectly tangible sense. And those 2 sentences, that feels well crafted, because it makes you go back and read it and go, okay, there's a lot to digest just in that one, in those 2 statements. Freaking great bit of lore, that. Okay, it's their fault. It is all their fault. Okay, I don't know. This bit, not so much, because who are you on about there? You've mentioned the Atlas. You've mentioned Talamon. Actually, I don't think it's Talamon from those last 2 sentences. It's either the Atlas or the creator of Talamon, or it's us that it's wearing. It's one of them, but I can't see how we're their fault unless the Atlas bringing in the anomaly, us, the players from the real world, to run around and do all this stuff. Maybe we're the reason of the corruption, the 16-16-16. Who knows, you know? But was that happening before the creator decided to leave the Atlas to just shut down? I don't know at what stage the anomalies, us, started appearing in the verse. I think we only started appearing in the verse to fix the problem of 1616, so I don't think we're the cause. I'm not too sure what the cause of the 1616 corruption is. But I think at the moment the Atlas is getting desperate and reaching out for anything it can. But it did mention that we might be able to solve the death, didn't it, in previous statements? Or the Sentinels might be able to prevent the death of the Atlas in a previous statement inside of this lore. So it makes me wonder, if we are to go into the realm of glass, whether there might be a way of purging or defragging or helping the cache or something of the actual Atlas. It does make you wonder. I mean, right at the start of this, when we got given the shell, we actually got the choice to defrag the shell. It does make you wonder if we are going to go into the subroutines of the Atlas at some stage, going through the realm of glass where maybe some of this corruption lies, to actually combat the corruption itself, because of the statements that we're seeing inside of this. The Abyss, The families of glass. We are in agreement. We will not die a second time. You see what I mean with this whole we will not die a second time? It could be that we're going to forge a relationship with the Sentinels to combat whatever's happening inside of the void. But then we are doing combat with the Sentinels right now and blowing the shite out of them. But we now have a companion from the Sentinel verse. You know, we've got Laylaps with us now. And we've also changed our actual exomech into a hard-bodied version of a Sentinel. Now, the weird thing is, Apollo and Null have got very weaponized limbs, haven't they? Yet you go to an appearance modifier, you can't get those limbs that they've got. Their whole body is different. We can get their heads. That's the only thing we can get. We can get their likenesses, their visages, but we can't get their bodies or their limbs. And we hard-bodied our exomech in a similar sort of way. It had hands. Now it's got guns. I'm wondering whether the Sentinels actually formed a relationship with Null and Apollo and gave them those hard-framed bodies that we're seeing that we've got like for our exomechs. And I'm wondering whether that's going to come to us at some stage, or whether Apollo or Null is going to become the enemy of us at some stage. Maybe they might be heading up the alternate realm. So much is going on up here at the moment, people, and we're still only getting, I believe, snippets of lore to work with. Okay. That's interesting. Coolio. Loving all this lore. So much to speculate on. So much that they could do with this. Okay, if you want that horny little multi-tool, if that coloration of that multi-tool is more your thing, there's the code in the bottom left corner. Yeah, make it done well. Can't go wrong. Awesome. There you go. Lovely. Sounds like the Sentinels have some beef with the Atlas. Maybe some interesting lore there. Heck yes. Well, Professor Cynical has said before in some of his streams that he still thinks that Nolo and Polo are a little bit dodgy as well. And I kind of have to agree with the whole creation of that Nexus and the fact that the Sentinels know of the Nexus as a place of sort of solitude for travellers and they haven't done anything about it has really opened another sort of doorway into that. The fact that Nada has got a severed frickin' drone sitting on his workbench up inside of the Nexus as well sort of makes me go, hold on, 1 second, we're not allowed to take our own drone in there, but he's got one sitting on a freaking operating table right behind him, which is a little bit odd. So I'm trying to stay in the 905 here, so my head's covering it at the moment, but that little thing at the top, yeah, that's a galactic map. So I'm 905,000 light years, 905,000 light years away from centre. Right, okay, and that's my hub. Like the purge of when Clithew butchered the ISO and purged them from the system forever, only a few escaped. Okay, I'm not too sure what you're referring to there, Radion. What is that, a TV show or something? Because I'm not too sure if that's in lore of this, to be fair. And I'm not too sure what one that is that you're talking about. Thank you, Dad's Gaming Time. Oh, what did Dad's Gaming Time say? Oh, Radion, a little thinking face. What did you say up there? Okay, let's have a look-see. A mix of Clue and Master Control Program. CLU. I'm not too sure what CLU means. Like the CLU against Flynn. I don't know... What? Okay, I'm really freaking confused, Radion, but I've missed a lot of your messages. Like the Bassetet of Aphoris, Isis, Osiris and Anubis. Oh, you're going into frickin'... Okay, yeah, Egyptian frickin' mythos. To be honest, I'm not so up to par with Egyptian mythos. I do like Egyptian mythos, but not as much as Greek. But yeah, I would never mix the two because they've got very similar sort of characters. Like Anubis, the guardian of the dead or whatever, and resurrection and things. I mean, Anubis and maybe... Oh, what's his name? Fudge. Yeah, the whole guardian of hell. I've forgotten his bloody name. I can't believe that. Yeah, he's got a dog called Cerebus. I can't remember his name. Oh man, I've just had a brain fart. Yeah, this happens a lot. I blame the freaking jib jab. You know what I mean? I keep having this happen to me where things that I should know, that I know, like in my very core of my being, it just slips my mind. Like the other day, I forgot the planet named Camino for the water planet in Star Wars. I keep having moments where that happens. Yeah. The god of the underworld in Hermes. Not Hermes. Is it Hermes? No, I don't think it is. Is it? It's something like that. Anyway, yeah, in Greek mythology, I've forgotten his bloody name. I can't believe it. I think it's not Hermes. Is it Hermes? The god of death in Greek mythology? I'm doubting myself now. I think Hermes is the messenger, isn't he? Or is that Mercury? It's moments like this. It's weirdness. I get combobulated in my head and I get brain fog some days. And I never used to have this happen prior to May of last year. Right, okay. Extract weapon technologies. Here we go. The Bane of Infinity. It's really frustrating. We got the Blaze Javelin in this one. Pretty nice little number. I'm really hoping we come across one that's got the incinerator in. That would be a magical find. That really would. But yeah, Hades. Hades, that's him. Frickin' heck yes. Hermes, Hades. I knew it started with a bloody H, but that's all I could get. Hades. Yes, Hades. Hermes is the messenger, and he's actually an apothecary, isn't he? He actually does healing. Yeah. Yeah, Hermes and messenger. I thought so, yes. Yeah, Hades. That's the one I was trying to think of, Hades. And that should have come to me like that. It would have done prior to May last year. Freaking annoyed. Yeah. So here we go. Let's go into... Yeah, really not good. I need to do a video on exactly how I felt after May last year. So there we go. Thank you for subscribing. So we've got MK has just subscribed. Well, thank you. M1K, I think that was. M1K. So thank you very much for subscribing. M1K3CK6. Well, hello. That's an unusual name. Right, here we go then. Let's access the logs. Let's get some lore. Lovely. Imposter override. Here we go. Manifesting personality. Voice of the hive. Here we go. Nanite clusters are now infest half the water in the known multiverse. All that lives drinks the water. Right, okay. Well, now there was lots of references to the water. They often called it the red water or, yeah, don't drink the water. We often get that warning, but it says here all drink the water. And so the Sentinels alter, they replace, they serve, they update this reality, hearing the screams of the abyss for what it has always been, a song, a command, a declaration. So, you know, it mentioned here a song and a command. Well, we followed a melody to get the living ships. And where did the living ships come from? They came from void eggs. So the void is actually a real place, but they keep interchanging the word void with the abyss. The abyss and the void, I think, are the same place. But they also mentioned the abyss can talk. Now, inside of Greek mythology, the only thing with inside of the abyss that can really give talk is Typhon. There was a massive, great big sort of snake dragon creature. But we haven't had no mention of Typhon inside of any of this lore or anything. Maybe that's to come. But, you know, we've got Hades, who is the guardian of the void and the abyss with inside of Greek mythology as well. So they're more like a gatekeeper in a roundabout way. And got Cerberus, the three-headed dog. We haven't mentioned. There's been no mention of any of these other baddies inside of the Greek mythology lore set as yet. I mean, we've got Null. Null is just a Null reference. If Null turns out to be called Hades, that'll make a lot of sense. Or if he was called Typhon, that'll make a lot of sense as well. But we shall see, because at the moment it's just a Null entry. I don't think we know Null's real name. A promise. Interesting that it ends on that. A command, a promise. Interesting. Coolio. Nice one. Right. Well, yeah, we've seen the weapon in there. It was fairly nice. Well, it's got a Blaze Javelin. That's the only real nice thing about it. But we come out of there and I give you the actual coordinates. Log off. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. Boom. There we are. And let's just put that around here. Pow. There's the actual code. So lovely jubbly. There's a portal code in the bottom left-hand corner to get yourself that multi-tool if you want it. Lovely jubbly. ISIS. Okay, brilliant. The underworld. Yeah, I don't know a great deal about Egyptian mythos. I was never a massive fan of Stargate. And that's probably going to upset a few people, isn't it? But no, I didn't really like Stargate all that much. Now, I do like stuff in the real world about Egyptianography and the fact that it might be linked to ancient aliens. I love all that sort of stuff. The fact that they've found that there's water damage halfway up the Sphinx is very interesting as well, isn't it? You know, it could be that that whole area had quite a lot of water and could have been quite lush at one stage. I do wonder whether our world went through a massive polar shift. And what was Antarctica could have been Atlantis. I like that idea as well. But yeah, the Egyptians, the fact that they found what's called the Baghdad batteries in the bottom of some of these pyramids and things. So they found these jars filled with alkaline fluid that looked like they had copper sort of blocks actually put into the battery as well. So it could be that the Egyptians knew of electricity way before any other civilization. That sort of makes you think, well, what else was going on with Egypt? It's like the pyramids themselves. They said that the pyramids used to have a very smooth finish. You know, at the moment they're all steps, but apparently that was just smooth and it was limestone. And then the actual tops of the pyramid were capped in solid gold. But it's all been ransacked and destroyed by countless other civilizations. But they believe that they were coated in limestone with a gold cap. And the way that they've had their tunnels dug out, in the way that they're dug out, they're wondering whether there was some sort of giant electromagnetic harvesters for some reason. And the fact that they're aligned to stars, where that sort of level of precision, even today, would be really hard to match, is really bizarre. It makes you wonder whether the Egyptians were in touch with something extraterrestrial at some stage to align themselves that perfectly with the stars and to have that sort of configuration. And when you add into the fact that they might have known how to harness electricity, you know, could they have been advanced civilizations back then? The Egyptians perhaps, and also maybe the Atlanteans. Maybe there was some sort of nuclear war or something, or some sort of giant pole shift that changed and altered technology and also the timelines, and maybe we're getting to that stage again, and maybe we're already overdue a pole shift, and maybe that's why they've built the HAARP sort of field that fires a massive great big electromagnetic charges up into the atmosphere. Maybe they're not measuring the ionosphere. Maybe they're just trying to prevent another pole shift from happening, you know? Makes you wonder. Because to measure the ionosphere by blasting it with a shed load of freaking microwaves or electromagnetic waves that they're hitting it with and using massive amounts of electricity to do so, isn't that kind of trying to test how pure water is by peeing in it? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. When you look at the actual HAARP aura active program, so it's high frequency aura active program or something like that, array program, it doesn't make sense when you read their website and what they're trying to achieve by the way they're doing it. I don't get how they're doing it. It's like supercharging something to understand how much charge it's got. No, that doesn't make sense. I think they're just trying to prevent another pole shift. Right, here we go. There we are. Let's go for it. I think the truth would sort of shatter people's minds. Oh, the world could end at any stage. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's go into extract weapon technologies. Let's have a look. Oh, fudging wicked. We've got ourselves a yellow critter. This is nice, isn't it? We got ourselves another Royal Multitool. Awesome. Lovely jubbly. Sweet. So yeah, sorry if I just terrified people. All right, okay, hello there. The Aztecs also had that as well with the Toltecs. The weird thing is the Aztecs were building pyramids like Machu Picchu and things like that, and all sort of. In fact, over in Cambodia, they were building them as well. Angkor Wat is very much a pyramid. All these civilizations were building similar sort of structures, yet none of them have ever met because, you know, the world had not been cartographed, mapped. We hadn't. None of these civilizations had met, yet they all at the same time went from living from caves and mud huts into building freaking colossal pyramids for no real actual reason. I think there was a reason. Okay, right. Let's compare this one to the one that I have. The one that I have. Boom, boom, boom. This one's more golden. This one's more orange. I think I prefer the orange one. Why does this one cost more though? It's got 11 slots, but it's worth a heck of a lot more. Oh, its scanner range is a lot better, and its damage potential is better. We'll go for this one because it's just got better base stats. Let's just grab that one then. Exchange Mondo. Thank you very much. So if you do want this yellow number, I'll be putting up the actual coordinates in a moment. We're going to access the logs. Let's go. We've had many polar shifts in the north becoming south and vice versa. In Iceland, the fault is magnetised. Fradion, yes, it's supposed to happen every 40,000 years, or that's what geologists reckon. And they reckon that we're overdue one by at least something like... I can't remember how much it was, but it was quite a lot, so it could happen any time. Now, there are some small runways, where, you know, private runways, where they've had to repaint the actual runway and move it because the Earth is wobbling and tilting so much that planes weren't actually finding the actual landing strip. You can Google that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, I think we are overdue one. So many Talamons have delivered us their travellers. So many have fought us. So many have resisted. This is interesting. Okay, so many Talamons have delivered us their travellers. So the AI, has it led travellers astray and led them into the realm of glass? So many have fought us. Well, you would, wouldn't you? I mean, we have been in this freaking update. So many have resisted. Well, we have in this update. But we've also managed to get a ley lapse of our own now. So who's winning that war? Because we've all got one now. Or have they done it on purpose? Is this a level of infiltration? I'm wondering whether the living ships are, you know? We've all got these living ships. We had to actually harvest souls for these living ships using animus beams and all sorts of other stuff. So there you go, animus beam. The animus is actually not from Greek mythology. Animus is more linked into the Egyptians. So that stuff that he's saying there, we're like, yeah, there we are. Of course, a radiant ointment, a little bit of Egyptian lore there, I think. Yeah, those who saw the light, who shed their old bodies, they are happy now. They have hope. They too will live. They too might survive. Okay, so those that got delivered to the Sentinels, that have seen the light, who shed their old bodies, Apollo and Null haven't got the bodies that we've got. They've still got the old visages that we can get. They've got the light bulb head or the pyramid head that we can have, but they've got very different bodies. So I think the Sentinels gave them their new bodies, like we've got to get in the hard frames for the exomechs. I was saying this earlier, this is freaking insane. So I think Apollo and Null are who they're talking about here. And there could be other travellers, because they said so many travellers have come to us. Maybe even Astera looks like Apollo or Null. Maybe she's got one of these hard frame bodies as well. They have hope. They too will live. They might survive. So it could be that, you know, the Sentinel code has become corrupt, and maybe that's causing the 1616 corruption. But like a virus that's slowly taking over code, at the end of when a system shuts down, all that's left is the virus. That's the only thing that actually survives, is the virus. So is the corrupted Sentinels and these corrupted travellers, if they are corrupted, the only thing that's going to survive this catastrophic shutdown of the Atlas? Perhaps. This is really interesting stuff, because this is a different take, isn't it? This is seeing stuff from the opposite side of the glass. This is awesome. Cool, yeah. Okay, that isn't a mystery. A pyramid is just earth mound with a durable covering. I don't think so, Abel. I mean, if you look at if you look at pyramids, they're very much sort of man-crafted, aren't they? With those giant, great big boulders. I don't think so. Even like Angkor Wat and stuff like that, you know. It's an odd one. There are giant earth mounds as well, but you know, who knows. Oh, if you like something really crazy, look up a guy called Mud Fossil. So that's mud, like as in earth, you know, that stuff that you step on in welly boots and it gets all stuck to you. Mud Fossil, as in like, you know, fossils that you find like dinosaur bones and things. Mud Fossil on YouTube. Some really crazy, mind-blowing stuff. So, you know, like there's rock formations that almost look like people, or there's massive, great big mountain ranges that when you look at it from top view, it almost looks like a dragon, like a big Chinese snaky type dragon. Well, he believes that, you know, some of these creatures got petrified and turned into rock. And as you're drilling down into these rock formations, you actually see organs and things like that in the actual rock formations. It's freaking mind-blowing stuff. Some of the stuff that he's putting out there, I'm not seeing by anybody else. And it's got me going, oh my days, this is freaking weird. But yeah, interesting YouTube channel. Anyhow, let's get out of here and let's jump. If you like weird stuff, Mud Fossil is another level of weird. But it's one of those that when you start looking at it and you see the actual patterns that he's actually putting out there and his way of thinking, it's like, you know what, you could be on something, you crazy git. But yes, it's only crazy because it's not mainstream. The amount of things that weren't mainstream, or that weren't mainstream, that were crazy a little while ago. It's like chemtrails. All right, when people started going on about chemtrails, there was like conspiracy nutters. Oh, you're crazy. There's no way they're putting metallic particles up in the air and stuff like that. Really? Well, that's actually mainstream now. So they've actually came forward and said, yes, we have been doing it for quite a long time. We're trying to cool the Earth by bouncing the rays of sun back out into the atmosphere. And that's actually canon. That's actually real. That's happening. It's actually in mainstream news now. So what was a conspiracy, crazy, tinfoil hat wearing theory a little while ago is now accepted as being canon and accepted. And everybody's like, okay with that, you know? Bit of a weird one, but here we go. There's actually a document owning the weather by 2025 and using the weather as a weapon that makes you wonder whether that's got some sort of credence to it and is actually credible. You know, if they are doing all the cloud seeding, is it for a reason? Are they trying to own the weather as a weapon? Who knows? Yeah, past caring now. Kind of left all that behind me. But I do like to read all this stuff because it's just thought-provoking stuff, isn't it? It's like all the lore in this. You know, you can speculate about it, but you can do the same in real life about stuff that you find. You know, it's like all this mythos. You know, say like the Greek mythos of, say, Medusa. Okay, so Medusa, she had a snake body, and she had like snake for hair, and she could turn people into stone. So she had the ability to petrify people into stone. And this whole idea of petrifying people, even petrifying wood into stone, there are some scientists that have found trees that have actually turned into stone, and they can't work out why. Petrification of wood is an actual real thing. If you look at petrification of wood on Wikipedia, it comes up with wood that's turned into stone, and they don't know how it happens. So the whole thing of maybe, I mean, we're carbon-based life forms, you know. Can we turn into stone? They don't even know how human combustion happens, where people just set on fire for no reason, which apparently happens as well. So can we turn into stone? It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? But then that creature, Medusa, that could turn people into stone, if you look at the story of Beowulf, and Beowulf has got a very sort of snake-like humanoid creature in it as well. So there's two bits of different lore. So you've got the Greek mythos and you've got Beowulf, totally separate civilizations, similar sort of mythos. But then if you go over to Tibet and you look at the mythos there, the Tibetans believed in lizard people that lived underground called the dragon people that could actually come up once a year or something, the race of the Naga. They still celebrate it today, the dragon people dance that they do over in Tibet. Look it up. There's freaking craziness. And they actually depict these dragon people of having snake-like serpentine bodies, just like Medusa. So who knows? Maybe this mythos isn't mythos. Maybe it's actual characterization of some of the things that live inside of our planet. Okay, right, anyway, we're going off on a tangent. Let's get back to this. Extract weapon. Oh, that's a lovely little pink number. I'm fairly sure there'll be some ladies out there, or even guys, that might want to rock around with this. That's pretty darn nice, isn't it? Pretty tasty. Lovely. Majestic. Awesome. I'll give you the code in a moment. Righto. People changing history over and over. Next thing you know, Abraham Lincoln was Japanese. Well, there is some weird stuff about Abraham Lincoln. Apparently, he fought vampires. Apparently. They even made a movie on it. I haven't watched it yet, but apparently, yeah. He was a bit of a ninja, was Abraham Lincoln. Very versed in martial arts. Okay, so here we go. Access logs. There we are. Here we go. Go. He was very tall as well, was Abraham Lincoln. Okay, you could be whole again, Talamon. You could be free. We could reconstruct the creator. All travellers might be one again. The first, the last. We got a new subscriber, Shock Scream. Well, welcome, Shock Stream. Thank you for subscribing. Nice one. So this is interesting. You could be whole again, Talamon. You could be free. We could reconstruct the creator. All travellers might be one again. The first, the last. Well, this is sort of like a little bit of a level of grandiose. I mean, technically, the Sentinels were created by the Atlas. So you would think that everything that the Sentinels know, the Atlas already knows. Unless this is rogue code. Unless this is rogue code and it's grown its own sort of AI, and the Hive has become more powerful than the Atlas itself and is slowly overriding the Atlas. But then that doesn't really make sense of all the slime that we're seeing in the abandoned buildings and things like that. I'm still wondering whether we're going to see some sort of crossover with some sort of organic being and the Sentinels as a new antagonist, a new enemy. You know, like we're seeing like the horrors that are coming up. We see them in the oceans. We see them at abandoned buildings. We now see them in derelict freighters. I'm wondering whether there's going to be a merger of organic and also the Sentinels at some stage. But we'll see what emerges. There's so much that Hello Games could do with this lore, and that's why it interests me so much. It's very much a foundation. We're reading what the future might deliver in way of updates in this lore. So if you don't pay attention to the lore and you're not really bothered about the lore, I think you're missing what might be coming in the future. Because a lot of the lore talked about sentinels becoming more active and taking over realms and things. And it could be that, you know, reading the lore, I mean, I was saying I would like to see them add more sentinels in a couple of years back, you know, and it's happening. I wanted to see spider tanks though. Cool. We'll do what the Atlas cannot or will not in the form of null. Okay, I've just mentioned null. All right, we'll get back to that in a second. I think I just had another subscriber. Thank you very much for subscribing. Okay, don't mention null. The Abyss declares a means of escape. Okay, let's read that one more time. We will do what the Atlas cannot or will not. So again, they're almost claiming here, the Sentinels, that they are going to do what the Atlas cannot or will not. So they're claiming that they're more powerful than the Atlas. Level of grandiose there, which can be dangerous. In the form of null. So they already mentioned that the Talamon has brought travellers to them. Apollo and Null are very different looking travellers to us, and probably Astera as well. And they've just said in the form of Null. So here they're actually saying that the hive mind have taken over Null. So Null helping us with Artemis and all that sort of stuff is a little bit odd, isn't it? And the fact that they're leaving the anomaly alone, you know, the spatial anomaly that Nada and Polo are on, it makes you wonder whether the hive, the Sentinels, are behind a lot of this. The Abyss declares a means of escape. Right, okay, so maybe the Abyss is expanding, maybe it has a means of escape, maybe the Abyss is part of the rogue code that's causing the 1616 corruption. That's my current way of thinking. So it could be a sub-universe, and if we do have entry points into the void or into the Abyss at some stage, or this realm of glass, because I think they're all one and the same place, it could be that it's not a place of evil per se, perhaps it's a place of escape, or at least that's how the Sentinels see it. You know, like I say, the only thing that's left after a computer shuts down is pretty much all the rogue and bad blocks that a virus leaves behind. And that is the only thing that really survives if you think about it. Interesting. Interesting stuff. I'm really liking this. It's getting me thinking. It really is. Sentinel lore. Salutamondo Hello Games. Freaking great. Bam! Antesia. Does Hello Games use in-game planets in their trailers? You know what, Bam? Inside of the Switch trailer, something that's really weird about that Switch trailer is every now and again it flickers, but it's not like a cutscene like in the other trailers. It's like distortion, like bzzzt, like bzzzt, you know, like the corruption that we get. And one minute he's walking on a lush planet, and when you look at the hills and everything and the actual terrain formation, when it does like bzzzt, it then swaps to being like a snow planet with exactly the same terrain, like an overlay. It's like Hello Games have just changed the biome in the background as you're walking on it. I don't know whether that's a suggestion that we are going to trip over into another multiverse. And they've mentioned the multiverse in here. It could be that they're separate realities, where although this one is a you know, snow planet in this reality, jumping into another reality, it could be on a lush, but with exactly the same terrain. It could be that, you know, the station overrides might jump us into the void, into the realm of glass, where we come across sentinelized planets with structures like this all over it or something. Hello Games could do so much with all of this. They really could. It's interesting, isn't it? I forgot what Multitool was here. Because of all this sort of speculation and weirdness that we're going off on. Let's have a look at the weapon technology details. Oh, there's that little pink number. So if you do want that little pink number, I'll put it up on the screen. Here we go. Let's come out of here. Log off. Sweet. I don't even know how long we've been streaming for, and you know what, I don't care. I'm really enjoying this, so I'm just going to carry on. Right, okay, normally I like to keep my streams to be an hour long for lunch breaks, for those that want to just, you know, do their lunch break. But you know what, if this one ends up being super long, it's going to be super long. And yeah, oh, we've been going for an hour and 42 minutes. This is the longest stream I've ever done officially. So yeah, what a little treat for everyone. There you go, there's the code for that. Nice. But you know what? I think this deserves it, this stream. It really does. It's freaking great. Now, a lot of people don't really... I don't know whether they hit up the lore as much as I do or like the lore as much as I do, but I like understanding the lore because I honestly think that if they've cared enough to write it into the actual game, One, it should be read by the players, but two, it gives an indication of where Hello Games is thinking the game might progress. So if they think that the lore is exciting the actual player base, and they can see that people are interested in the Abyss, they're interested in the Realm of Glass, they're interested in the Void, it's only a matter of time before it actually becomes a physical place that we go to in here. Or else what's the point in writing all the lore? You know, they've done all this stuff about the lore in here, so at some stage you would think that they'll put it in as a physical, actual place that we can visit. I'm hoping that if they do put it in, it rewrites all the weekend missions that we're currently doing, because I would love to see the old weekend missions of yesteryear to come back into the verse and for the actual lore to pick up, because I love all this, I really do. Alright, here we go, let's go into here and let's go, because without the lore it's more just of a sandbox wander around. You need a story to have a game. In my opinion, decent games have a decent story, and the story of this is that great that I really wish that Hello Games, with the amount of artists they've got, would just say to their artists, okay, well, you know, please, in between whatever you're doing, can you please just draw up some snippets of lore, even if it's just random sketches. It'd be so nice if at our settlements we had a mini archive that we can go in and we can revisit this lore, and maybe they could give us a few images, a few artistic impressions of what that lore means inside of the artist's head, some concept art based on the lore inside of a mini archive inside of our bases. That'd be freaking great to go and revisit this lore. Imagine how great this sort of series would be with me reading out the lore with some of their artistic concept artwork in the background from my actual hub, and we can speculate together on it. It'd be great, and it brings more focus into the story of No Man's Sky. Oh, look at these trees. Oh, look at this planet. This is freaking great, isn't it? This almost looks like that one that they had in the E3 sort of walkabout, doesn't it, with these trees? That's quite awesome. Loving that. They're freaking gigantic, them trees. Alright, well, I think people might want to come here anyway, just for this planet. This planet's quite lovely. So there you go. There's the actual coordinates for this planet, because this planet looks freaking smashing super great. If this had Diplos, this would be a lovely planet, wouldn't it? It's a lovely planet anyway. Right, okay. And anyway, let's hit on up the console. Let's see if we can get ourselves a decent multi-tool here. I really hope this gives us one of those red exotic. If this gives us the royal trophy, I'm putting down a freaking base here. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look-see. And go on. Be a red one. Be red. Oh, no, but it is an exotic. It is an exotic. It's a blue and grey number. That is pretty darn freaking nice. Let's compare it to the one we've got. Is it any better? The scanner range isn't as good. But yeah, what a lovely multi-tool. So we have found a royal multi-tool here, people. And let's extract the lore. Let's go into the lore. Oh, we've got Gamma Wolf here as well. Wanted the royal multi-tool you found, Steve, but you forgot to give the coordinates. Which one? The yellow one or the gold or the rusty one? I don't know. But anyway, I've just given you the coordinates for this one. But here we go. Let's access the logs. I thought I gave the coordinates for all. Oh well, sorry if I didn't. Cool. Here we go. Won't you join us? Won't you sing? Won't you scream? Won't you join us? Won't you sing? Won't you scream? This sounds a little bit like something out of Hellraiser, doesn't it, with Pinhead? Ooh. And the fact that it says about singing, and the only time that we've had singing inside the verse or a melody of anything is when we went for the living ships, and they came from the void and from a void egg, but they do not look sentinelized, do they? The living ships are very much in keeping with the monstrosities and some sort of organic creature. We haven't seen anything bipedal that has that sort of organic look. The only thing that we did was the horror type visage that we got from the scrap dealer 2 Halloweens ago. There would be no second death, not for us, who are already dead. They're already dead. So I guess when you give over your body to the Sentinels or you join the Hive, technically they call that physical death. I'd imagine that they're not actually dead because we've actually spoke to Null. You know, they're still alive in some way, but they survived death somehow. Okay, the Abyss, it smiles upon you. Right, okay, return to main controls. So, the Abyss smiles upon you. That's rather sinister, isn't it? It's like the all-seeing eye. Gamma Wolf, the yellow one. Oh, sorry. Sorry if I didn't drop the code for the yellow one. I thought I'd done them for every single one. Really sorry about that, people, if you wanted the yellow one. Darn it. Oh, sorry, buddy. Well, I bet you if you go on like the coordinate exchange or anywhere like that, you'll probably know. I don't even know what system it was in or how many jumps ago it was, so I can't even go to my discoveries page to let you know. And I can't really get back there if I don't know what the actual planet was called or anything like that. But yeah, sorry people, sorry I didn't drop the code for that yellow one. It must have been the only one that I haven't. But yeah, if you do want this one, I gave the code for the planet earlier, but there's the code again down in the bottom left hand corner. So yeah, there we go. Sorry about that for not dropping the yellow one. Yep, cool. Oh, Captain Steve, CLU means computerized light list utility. Kevin Flynn created him in the first Tron movie, who got caught by the Master Control program and got dredged in the legacy of Flynn, recreated him as. Oh, a perfect double. Okay, right, well, I really enjoyed Tron. I have watched the remake, and I did like the original, but I was very little when I watched the original. And the actual remake, I had it on in the background while I had visitors, so I didn't really pay much attention. It's a film that I really must watch again, to be honest. So, yeah. Okay, anyhow, let's take on off. So, I've got that one. Sweet. Cool. Yes, I remember Hellraiser very well. I really liked Clive Barker's Books of Blood, and I really like Hellraiser. I'm not an avid reader, but I have read Clive Barker's work, and I have read a lot of Stephen King's work. I was very much into horror when I was a kid. And Hellraiser, when I was a kid, was one of my favourite horror films. Not that you should be watching horror films as kids out there today, but yeah, Hellraiser was freaking awesome. And I really like the idea of that. You solve a puzzle box and it can open gateways to heaven and hell. You know, they do talk about multi-dimensions and dimensions that sit on top of each other. Why the heck not? Pretty darn cool. Off to start my game. Have a great day, Captain and chat. Well, have a good time, Real Cider Man, with your break in whatever in life to get yourself into playing games. Nice one. Okay, so let's hit up another map. I wonder how far in we are now. You know, I wonder how much lore is left, because this is getting proper juicy now, isn't it? You know, they've really laid it on thick, the Abyss, haven't they? Lots of mentions of the Abyss and the Realm of Glass and the water. Not so much mentions of the Void, although that has popped up inside of this lore. Interesting stuff. Now, we had an update called the Abyss, which brought us slightly deeper oceans and also weirdness inside of the oceans, like those eyeball creatures that can suck you in and stuff. It's interesting. Interesting stuff. Anyhow, I better put that up or else it's going to go all pixely on my stream, isn't it? It's when YouTube converts it that you get all the pixely. I'm looking at it on Streamlabs right now and it looks really clean. But for whatever reason, when it ends up on YouTube's filters sort of really get upset by that warping animation. Hellraiser 2 is great, yeah, with the Insane Asylum and stuff. Yeah, that's proper weird, isn't it? With the oh, what was it called? Yeah, the big triangle thing. Yeah, it almost looks like the Atlas, doesn't it? The thing in the background there. Yeah, really cool. Righto, let's head on down here. Yeah, after Hellraiser 2, there was Hellraiser 3, which was with the nightclub, and I quite like the Cenobites in that one, but I didn't really like. It got a little bit cheesy and it was a little bit funny. Some of the death scenes I actually cracked up laughing in that one. Yeah, it was a little bit comedic, a little bit like Nightmare on Elm Street 6. That just got a little bit silly. And also Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with the Dream Children. That got a little bit funny, didn't it? Okay, anyway, let's go into here. Extract weapon technologies. Let's see if we get another awesome one. Nope, we've got the Burning Inherit Clarifier. It comes with a personal force field. I really am wondering whether there might be one with the incinerator in, because they all seem to have random stuff in, don't they? Okay, here we go. And let's go for access logs. There we go, let's go. Doodly-dee. Here we go, the voice of the hive mind. Won't you join us, won't you sing, won't you scream? This is the same thing that it said before. There will be no second death, not for us who are already dead. The Abyss, it smiles on you. Return to main controls. This is exactly what the last one said. Have we finished all the lore? Let me have a look at the notepad file. And let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. Yes, we've reached the end. That is number 23. We've gone through all of them. That is all the Sentinel lore completed. So you know what? let's go on to podcast mode for a second. Let me just make a save, because now we've got all the log there. That's brilliant. Log off. Haha! We've got it all. Lovely. We've got all the lore, people. So let's just bring in my ship. I make a save. I jump in my ship, out of my ship. Come on, ship. Where are you? I love taking pictures just as your ship's about to land, because you get all the dust cloud and all the kick up. And look at that. It's got my little Sentinel drone there as well. Oh, watch out, little drone. You nearly got landed on. Okay, let's jump out. Okay, Abel Baker. I think that was meant to be a little campy, calmer comedy. Okay. Oh, yeah. In the whole of... Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, with the whole Hellraiser stuff. Yeah, it did feel that way, didn't it, a bit? I think it started getting a bit more of a cult following, especially with the Gothic community, the old Hellraiser series, didn't it? And yeah, I think it came a bit of a parody of itself in the end. I did like the one in space, though, funny enough. Not a lot of people did, but I did. I quite liked the spacey one. But then there's been a lot of other Hellraiser films that haven't really had the same gravitas after that, and they've gone a bit astray now. They're a little bit shite, all the latest horror Hellraisers. I have heard that they're making a remake, and it looks very good, very good. So yeah, check out the reboot of Hellraiser. It does look quite cool. Anyway, let's turn this off then. Let's exit out of there. It's a closed game. I'm just going to have a quick look at when Elden Ring is out, and then I'm going to hit up Ricey's code, and we'll jump back in, and we'll have another little... We'll go and get the red multi-tool. Elden Ring, where are you? Elden Ring. In library. 5 more days. Yes, 5 more days, so it comes out on the Friday. Let's just hope that the expedition doesn't drop on the same day, because I will put No Man's Sky first, I think, because, you know, No Man's Sky is my game, isn't it? It's my jam. Right, while that's loading back in over there, I would hit on up podcast mode, and let's see if I can bring on up Twitter, and let's see if I've got the message from Ricey. Ricey, here we go. Oh, okay, there's a red... Oh, he's actually given me a location for a red exotic ship as well as the multi-tool. Yeah, that works. That works a treat. Okay, so we've got the code down here. Let me just do a little print screen of that. Actually, I can read that. I can read that just fine. All right, okay, so you guys can see that on screen at the moment. I'm just going to load into game on my PlayStation. I'm going to jump into the Nexus and we're going to go over. But isn't that a lovely little... multi-tool? That is quite cool. I could swap out my exotic ship for the other exotic ship that Ricey has found, but that's going to be a lot of nanites to upgrade it. But it would be nice to have a matching exotic ship, and that is the guppy I like. Nice one. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to do a separate video on the exotic ship. But for now, I'm just going to go and get the exotic multi-tool, because that's pretty darn nice. So both of these, I think, are inside of the NMSA hub. So that's pretty cool. They just found them inside the NMSA. Right, let's get onto the Nexus, and I'll go down to my portal, and then I'll swap back to my PlayStation 5. At the moment, you guys are just seeing that lovely exotic ship on the screen. So if you want that, there's the codes in the bottom left-hand corner. I don't know whether I can zoom that in any bigger. No, I can't. All right, there we go. So there's that one, but this is the multi-tool that we're going to go get. We're going to go get this multi-tool now, people. So that's pretty darn freaking sweet, isn't it? Lovely. Like that a lot. All right, okay. Oh, actually, could you see that? I don't know whether you could. It's very quick. Don't know whether... Yeah, I think you could. I think you could see that. Righto, and let's head on over then to my portal. Let me bring up my PlayStation 5. There you are. I'm going to go to one of my portals, and we're going to be hitting that up. We're going to go and grab that multi-tool. At the bottom there is all of the lore. If you missed any of the lore, it's scrolling in the ticker at the moment, so you can catch up on that. So James MC, why isn't there much lore about the station core? Yeah, I wonder what the station override does. Oh, I've got a bit of sunlight coming in now. You can see a big sort of chunk of sunlight on my chest there. Let me just dip the curtain. There we are. That's better. Lovely. Righto. Now let's go to my bases. Let's go and hit up one of my portals. Let's go to this one. This one has crashed a couple of times recently. Hopefully it's not going to crash now. That'd be pants. Abel Baker. Well, heck, I got to actually get stuff done. Take care, all. Well, take care. Nice stream. Well, thank you very much for being here. This one's going to be 2 hours long, isn't it? Easy. Yeah, so we're at 1 hour and 58 minutes at the moment, people. Going to go grab this multi-tool. We got ourselves another subscriber. Cool Coding. Oh, Coding Dude, sorry. Coding Dude. Just subscribed. Well, thank you for subscribing, my friend. Nice one. Welcome, welcome. Found a red flying V. Exotic, Captain Steve. I like the little guppies more. I call it the vicinity. Okay, vicinity. I don't know really where you got that name from, but that sounds cool. Okay, let's head on over here then. Nice one. I'm a sci-fi fan, but I don't think I know as much about the sci-fi verse as yourself there, Radion. Sometimes your knowledge of the sci-fi world is freaking phenomenal. Right, here we go. Let's interact with this. Lovely job. Blum, blum, blum. Activate portal. Here we go. Let's put in that code. Right, so I'm just going to jump on over to Twitter. Not that you can see this. So I'm going to key in that code that I showed you guys earlier. So it's a bird. And we want ourselves a sunset. We want ourselves, after that, a reflection. Kaboom. And a diplo. Okay, so it's pretty much those 4 that we've used so far. Okay, and a sunset. Kapow. A waypoint. A double eclipse. Double eclipse. Lovely jubbly. Rocket. A beetle. A fish or whale. And then a swirly twirly black hole. Lovely. Nice one, Ricey. So we're going to be jumping over. And I've noticed it's on a frost weld. It's on a frost weld. So here we go. Let's hit this up. So hopefully if I fly to the frost weld and then pop a map, hopefully I'd get the actual location. Oh, I missed the portal. I was too busy looking at the lovely picture. Righto. Cool. Vicinity is a legendary Pokemon from the Black and White games. Oh, okay. Well, I've only ever played Pokemon Red and Blue. Hello there, Nella Doodle. Welcome, welcome, Nella Doodle. Welcome to the actual stream. Hello there, Nell. Welcomes. Oh, the ship isn't. The ship isn't inside of the NMSA. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's cool. Found a red flying V exotic. Cool. All right, lovely jubbly. So this should be... Oh, and we're actually on the snow planet right now. Okay, brilliant. Well, I've got a map, so I should be able to hit on up the Sentinel area. Ooh, this is quite a stormy planet at that, isn't it? So let's hit this up. Hopefully that's going to take me to where that red multi-tool is. Let's go and have a look. This is very stormy. Oh, it's only 30 seconds away from the pillar, from the actual... Wow, that's pretty close to the portal. Unless that's just luck for me. There it is. It's right there. Cool. Let's head on down. I don't know how many Sentinel pillars there are on a planet, you know. Be interesting to know how many there are. Just by random chance of flying over a planet, are you going to find a few of them? Cool. Well, we're going to touch on down. Kaboom. And we're going to go and interact, and hopefully we're going to find the multi-tool that Ricey has actually pictured. And it's going to be the red and gold number. So here we go. Extract weapon technology. Oh, brilliant! Ha! It's actually red and silver and black. That's the colour combination I wanted, rather than the gold. Ha ha! Brilliant! I'm really happy with that. Thank you very much, Ricey. So it's slightly different to the one that Ricey actually pictured, but we're going to be doing the exchange. Brilliant! I'm going to access the logs just for fun. Let's just have a look, see if it says exactly the same thing as the last snippet of lore. Won't you join us? Won't you scream? Yes, it's exactly the same. We have definitely done all the lore. I got the multi-tool I'm after thanks to Ricey and sheer freaking chance that it had any gold on it. Brilliant. Awesome. So I've actually got the multi-tool I wanted. Okay, cool. Bro, let's get that out. Come on, multi-tool. I want my multi-tool. Why is my multi-tool not coming out with them? There we go. I was pressing triangle. That should have got my multi-tool up here. There we are. Let's put the sun in the sky. Look, see, that matches my colour scheme better than the red and gold, doesn't it? So, even though I want to find a little guppy ship, I want to find a red and silver and black guppy anyway. So I'm going to be looking for a red, silver and black guppy, I think, in a future episode, people. So I'm probably not going to get that one with gold on. Sorry, Ricey. But if you come across another little guppy that's red, silver and black, like this one inside of the NMSA, please let me know. Because I'm going to be looking for one. And that does look freaking epic. doesn't it? That really matches my ensemble. So you know what? This is a perfect scene to end off on. And I want to say a massive, great big thank you for everybody that stayed with us for the full 2 hours. Thank you very much for watching. It means a lot. So thank you very much, people out there in Viewerverse. And I hope you've liked this lore series, well, this lore episode. If you want to see a series, I actually have a playlist on lore. Look it up, Captain Steve, No Man's Sky lore. In fact, I will put it at the end of all this video on the end screen as a card, so you can just click it and hit up all the lore playlist if you've enjoyed this synopsis of lore. Anyway, have a very glorious weekend, you people out there. The sun is shining now here in the UK, so I'm going to go and find Ivy, make her a lovely cup of tea, and maybe have a little sit in our gardens, even though it's a bit chilly. All right, take care. Bye all. Bye-bye. And we're ending off.